Hey guys, hope this is helpful to you as you scroll through YouTube or TikTok or wherever this ends up today. Been rereading through some books that have been helpful for me in the past, something I probably should do more often, but rereading a book by a guy named Matt Perman entitled What's Best Next. And in it, he points out a whole lot about how we as Christians should think about work and how we should think about what we should be doing with our time, which we should be doing next in our list of responsibilities or assignments, and kind of how do you think through the flow of your day, your life, work, relationships, and there's just a lot of what I would just call really great handholds or things that you can latch onto and say, hey, this is something I can use in life. And the thing that I found myself wanting to just throw out there today is questions that I've heard other people ask. They just happen to be in the book that I was reading through. And Matt poses a couple of questions to help you think about maybe what drives you or what you're passionate about or what's really at your core. And one of those is, what would you do if you had an unlimited supply of resources, money, time, people? Like, what issue, what thing, what direction, like what would you do if somebody said money's not an issue, resources not a problem? What is it that you would then say, well then here's what I'm going to do and here's how we're going to do it? That is such a helpful question, because that question exposes like what drives us, what we are passionate about, or where we would devote our time if the only thing we had to worry about is the opportunity or the work or the accomplishment that's in front of us. You see, we get so distracted doing things that help provide the resources or that are pushed on us, and that's just life. But it's helpful to have some understanding of at your core what you're really about, what you really want to do, or what you find would be actually fulfilling or significant. And I think it's helpful once if you write that down, what you would do. I think if you write something like that down, it's also helpful as a believer to turn and look at that and say, is that a driving force that fits with Christ and the gospel? Is that a driving force that's doing good, or is that a motivation or a direction or an accomplishment that's going to honor the Lord, or is it just about me? The other question that he puts in there is, if you had 3 years and 3 years and there's nobody coming to replace you, what would you do? If you knew that in 3 years you're gone, whether it's you've passed away, you're moving, but whatever you're doing with your life over the next 3 years, when you're done, there's nobody to replace you. If what you've devoted yourself to is going to continue, it will have to continue through those that you were helping or investing in presently. Now, as a pastor, that question hits home. Like if how am I making sure that the gospel and ministry goes on? But it shouldn't just hit home there. I think it should also hit home. Like, are you, like, as a husband, am I loving my wife in a way that when I'm gone, she's going to be okay with how I loved her? Am I investing in my children in a way that when I'm gone, it's going to be okay? And those are things that this afternoon in reading, my main motivation for reading, it is kind of career and work related, like just thinking through how best to lead a team and what to prioritize in my own life, or to encourage the team that I'm working with to prioritize in their lives, or even church members in the life of our church. But I couldn't help but take, if I could do anything with unlimited resources, and if I had 3 years and nobody's coming behind me to fill my spot, what would I do? And where would I spend my time? And what would I do with the 3 years? And that just made its way from world and work and issues and society and lostness and gospel perspective, that made its way all the way back to, in a little while, my family will come home from being out today. And what if I've only got 3 years? You know, how much less do I need to spend with a device in my hand? How much less do I need to be worried about myself and my goals? And how much more do I need to be worried about my family and their needs? And I think that's just something, regardless of your career path or regardless of your working experience right now, or why you are even stopping to scroll, I think when thinking about what's best next, in Matt Perman's book, one of the helpful things about a book that's largely focused on how the gospel impacts the way that we work is to realize that, man, what I'm doing at work, it should just be a reflection of a much deeper focus and passion of seeking to serve the Lord and please Him with my life and my relationship with my family. And I hope you would consider that in yourself. If you had 3 years, it's a great job-related question. What if we aim those things at our personal lives? Say, if I've got 3 years, what do I need to do? What do I even want to do? What would be best for the people in my life and around me for the next 3 years? And such a good thought and a place to reflect. I know for me, whether it's work or personal life, I can't think about questions like that without immediately begin thinking about things that I could immediately, low-hanging fruit, things you could easily just do differently. And I hope it helps you. If there's things you think of, feel free, put those in comments here. And if you like moments like this, feel free to like it and subscribe and try to toss some more in your direction. Probably some more thoughts even from the book that I'm reading, Matt Perman's What's Best Next. Gonna take some time and throw some things in from things that I'm reading in hopes that it's helpful to you, the person who stopped. Took about 7.5 minutes. So if you're still here after 7.5 minutes, like it, subscribe, and we'll see if we can put some more helpful content out here very soon.